let's have a quick discussion today. And because see, it's a lengthy topic, and evolution theory we have already have little idea. I'll explain it. I'll make you write all the flow chart, and you will just keep writing along with me, and wherever I will know that okay, this is something I have to explain, I will explain it. Okay. Now let's see what we are discussing. Anthropological theories. Okay. Now anthropological cultural theories. Here we are referring to anthropological cultural theories. Now we know that what is theory. Please understand. Yeah, please write down. Quickly write down. I'm giving you a lot of time so that you people can make notes. Okay. This is really important for us. Okay, so how I will define anthropological theories? Anthropological cultural theories. Have you made this note? Okay, this is little rough. I have right. Okay, let me just make it a little fair. Okay, I'll define it in a fair manner. Okay, keep writing with me. So theory is thus a body of knowledge. You can say anthropological theory. So theory is a body of knowledge. Theory is a body of knowledge that explains a wide range of phenomena. That explains a wide range of phenomena. Okay? Wide range of phenomena from different cultural backgrounds. Okay? See, we all make theories. You make theory, I make theory, even the common layman people, even the child make theories. What is theory? Theory is like, we are just telling something, we are trying to explain any phenomena. Okay? Now, what makes theory a scientific? It is totally based on evidences. So you need to see that there are certain elements in theory. Okay. So when we are talking about anthropological theories, you will find that okay, there are certain elements in theory. There are certain elements in theory. First of all, elements are interconnected. Okay, elements are interconnected. Now, it is interconnected, but it is connected ideas. So, set of ideas. Okay, set of ideas logically interconnected. So, interconnected what? Set of ideas and logically interconnected. And it is explaining some phenomena. Okay, so this is a theory explanation I have given. Now, we already know about anthropology. Anthro means study of a man, study of human. Here we are focusing on bio-social aspects of humans. We already know that these humans are unique in nature. So as anthropology is a unique discipline? Is also a unique discipline, isn't it? It is telling us that humans have unique bio features like our brain, our bipedal, everything. Physically, we are different. So this is, we know now, let's just say. We have already discussed all this part. So we need to know how we are very different from other living organisms. Yes, physically we are. Okay, we do have highly advanced level of thought process. Interconnected, we know. So we know that training capacity is 1400 to 1600. We do have different regions responsible for different functions in the brain. We are bipedal. We do have erect postures. We have a 3D stereoscopic vision. Okay, we have larynx. We are able to communicate. We are speaking clearly. We are having emotions. They're different biologically. Now, with anthropological theories, we need to know how we have created culture, how it got begun. Okay, we know that humans become very different. We've become Cro-Magnon, we become Neanderthal, Homo sapiens sapiens. Even after we become Homo sapiens sapiens, we were living like animals only, no? Hunter and gatherers. We were not having clothes and this and that. How come we have created such a, massive world around us that today we are going to the Mars, we are planning to live in the Mars. And how come we are not fighting like animals? You know that we all have created nuclear weapons. But even we are having nuclear weapons, they are still scared. We are very scared to, fight. How come? We need to understand this. So, our social cultural anthropology, this particular topic, anthropological theories, is explaining us that humans are different because they have created laws. Something which passes down from generations to generations. This passing down from generation to generation have actually made us different biologically and also socially. Okay, so this is what we need to know here. Inheritance of traits. What biologically we have got inheritance of traits? Two things we need to know. Inheritance of traits, and you can also add here variation. Two things. Okay? Okay? Now, so we are getting traits either from our mother and father. Let's just say for the gene or the eye color. There are a lot of theories, but I am here going to refer Mendelian traits. Okay? So let's just say father has brown color eyes, mother has sea green color eyes. Okay? So if I'll talk about Mendelian traits, I would be getting when, after zygote, recombination हो गया, right? Fertilization process, recombination, X and Y, दोनों के traits आ गए मेरे पास. तो जो भी, there will be a mutation. Mutation is responsible for change, by the way, right? But still, I don't look like exactly my parents, no. But अगर मान लीजिए मुझे eye color, according to Mendelian traits, या तो father से या तो mother से, okay? नॉन ट्रेड्स की बात नहीं कर रही हूँ मैं, नॉन मेंडेलियन ट्रेड्स की बात नहीं कर रही है यहाँ पे, पॉलीमॉर्फिज्म भी है. ओके, जेनेटिक पॉलीमॉर्फिज्म, दैट नो, इट कैन बी द मिक्स आल्सो. विल टॉक अबाउट दैट इन जेनेटिक्स. ओके, तो आई कलर या तो ब्राउन होगा या तो ग्रीन होगा, अगर हम ऐसी बात करें. अगर मुझे फादर और मदर से मिल जाता है कोई भी कलर, लाइक दिस इज व्हाट यू हैव टू सी फॉर द ऑफस्प्रिंग. ऑफस्प्रिंग को जैसे हम यहाँ से ले लेते हैं, ये मेरा ऑफस्प्रिंग है. ओके, नेक्स्ट जनरेशन. और मुझको लेट जस्ट से आई इनहेरिटेड माय मदर आई कलर. ओके, सो इट्स लाइक मदर का आई कलर मुझे मिल गया. आई इनहेरिटेड ट्रेट फ्रॉम माय पेरेंट्स ओनली, बट कभी ना कभी वेरिएशन भी होगा. So this is responsible for random mutation. So I may have, let's just say ऐसे pink color, ठीक है, variation. But something has passed down और कुछ different हुआ, but कुछ traits तो मुझे अपने parents से मिले होंगे ना, zygote से ही आया ना, sperm और over egg से ही आया ना, right? And this has been moving from one generation to next to next to next to next. तो धीरे धीरे हम लोग फिजिकली डिफरेंट बनते चले गए, बट वो दैट evolution takes a lot of time. It's a gradual process. It's not a matter of some years, matter of thousands of years, right? Hundreds of years. Okay, so from Australopithecines से हम Homo sapiens sapiens बनने में बहुत टाइम लगा है. Okay, I have explained all that Miocene period, all that point. Gingandopithecus, अगर हम Dryopithecus से भी स्टार्ट करते हैं, ओके, Ramapithecus से भी स्टार्ट करते हैं, Shivapithecus से भी स्टार्ट करते हैं. So how the Miocene period have come up, उससे पहले Oligocene period, सारा period, okay, तो आज हम अलग बन चुके हैं ना, बट डाइवर्सिटी है, ठीक है. अगर कुछ अभी भी हमारे पास एंसेस्ट्रल ट्रेट्स तो है ही ना हमारे अंदर, लेकिन वो चेंज हो चुके हैं. But if I have to understand, if I want to know that how humans have become different, anthropology is such a unique discipline, I would be going back billion years ago. What had happened? Right? So my journey as an anthropologist started to knowing from amoeba to humans. From Azoic period when there was no life form to Archaic period and to the Holocene period, आज के period में. ठीक है, ये तो हो गया बायोलॉजिकल डेवलपमेंट. जिस तरीके से ये जो जीन्स है ये पास डाउन हुई फ्रॉम जनरेशन टू जनरेशन टू जनरेशन टू जनरेशन एंड इवेंचुअली वी हैव बिकम ह्यूमन, उसी तरीके से वी हैव इनहेरिटेड कल्चर आल्सो, दैट इज सोशल पार्ट. जब भी आप we have got social cultural evolution, like So what we see today, it is also a product of evolution, cultural evolution. Okay, so once we become Homo erectus, मतलब Homo erectus के time पे we do have consensus among social cultural anthropologists, paleontologists, okay? सबके साथ ये consensus है कि ठीक है, fire, gathering, जो social institutions start हुए, that started from Homo erectus, but जैसे जैसे हम आगे बढ़ते चले गए, ये और advance हो गया. But from Mesolithic period, Paleolithic, Mesolithic cultural evolution, अगर मैं बात करूं शुरुआत से कल्चर का, तो I would say Paleolithic, Mesolithic, okay, now okay, then let's just say IBC. तो कहीं ना कहीं यहाँ से जैसे एग्रीकल्चर हुआ था और सेटलमेंट आया, बट कल्चर की शुरुआत कहीं ना कहीं यहीं से स्टार्ट हो चुकी थी, रूडिमेंट्री फॉर्म में. ओके, तो the way we are getting genes from our ancestors, we have got cultural traits also from our ancestors. So the culture which we see today, it is a product of thousands years of changes. Okay, for example, यहाँ पे हमने इनहेरिटेंस देखा, कल्चरल में इनहेरिटेंस कैसे देखोगे बताओ? कल्चर में इनहेरिटेंस we can explain in the term of cultural universals or survivals. Cultural survivals मतलब concept of supernatural power, that is God. Today we called it as Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai, whatsoever religion. Okay, inheritance, survivals, marriage. So during Neolithic period, we did have mechanism as per Robin Fox, that incest taboo was there. Saucy also have argued same. तो जब तक हम सिविलाइजेशन के टाइम पे आए थे, तो हमने ये इंस्टीट्यूशन क्रिएट कर दिया था that mother will not mate with his son, with her son, और father will not mate with daughter. हमने कुछ रेगुलेशंस बना लिए थे, आज उसको हम मैरिज कह रहे हैं. किस तरीके से काम करना है, सर्वाइवल करना है, वो भी है. तो आप चाहो जिस जगह चले जाओ, you will find this cultural universals. These are survival. But definitely we do have variations, diversity. जैसे यहाँ पे वेरिएशन था, वैसे यहाँ पे भी तो वेरिएशन है भाई. ह्यूमन सारे एक जैसे होंगे, पर वो डाइवर्स है ना, रेशियल डाइवर्सिटी. तो हर जगह आपको मैरिज, फैमिली, किनशिप सब मिलेगा, बट डाइवर्सिटी मिलेगी. तो फाइट क्यों है? Why are we fighting? Now let's go back to topic 2.1, ethnocentrism, cultural relativism. Write it down. Now I'm connecting anthropological theories to 2.1. This is what people are not doing. Trust me, मेरे को बड़ा शॉक लगेगा अगर मेरे पढ़ाए हुए स्टूडेंट्स, जैसे मेरे को और स्टूडेंट्स आते हैं, ओके, लेवल अप हो, विजन IAS हो, बाजीराम हो, ओके, जितने भी स्टूडेंट्स हैं, वो लोग पढ़ाई करते हैं सोशल कहीं से भी, या फिर रंजन सर या वेद सर, जो भी है स्टूडेंट्स, टीचर्स, उनके बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स मेरे पास आते हैं टेस्ट सीरीज के लिए. ओके, एंड देन आई सी that how they are not forming good answers. I'm not saying that they all are my colleagues, contemporaries. I don't know. I'm not questioning कि उनको आता नहीं है बनाना and all that whatsoever. But personally, मेरे लिए it will be very shocking. अगर मेरे students, you know, do not have conceptual clarity in such way or will not be able to write good answers. Okay? So you people have to please understand this part. That इनहेरिटेंस का मतलब सिर्फ जीन जेनेटिक नहीं. अगर आप ये कर रहे हो तो फिर तो आप बायो पढ़ लेते, जूलॉजी पढ़ लेते. आप पढ़ रहे हो एंथ्रोपोलॉजी. We are studying anthropology. We cannot just simply talk about evolution in the form of bio. We do have to talk about cultural evolution, which is your first theory in anthropological theories. But before I'll explain Taylor, male, marriage, I have to tell you the linkages. Okay, so write down variation. It's only because of changes. Anthropological theories का goal क्या है? And write down the goal of anthropological theories. Why are we reading it? Why are we reading it? Write down in 2 lines. The goal of anthropological theories is to enhance our understanding towards cultural relativism. End-to-end ethnocentrism, ब्रैकेट में 2.1 का डिबेट जो हम ऑलरेडी पढ़ चुके हैं. अगर ये अंडरस्टैंडिंग हमको क्लियर हो जाए that no culture is superior, no culture is inferior, I think colonialism और जो new colonialism चल रहा है वो होता ही नहीं. Treaty of Tordesillas, which was signed between Spain and Portugal, that has created establishment of colonialism. That was on the basis of the fact that these two nations or the countries decided that they would going to civilize uncivilized countries. देखो ये रेफरेंस लिखना है आप लोगों को गाइस. यहीं से तो यूनिक कंटेंट मिलेगा ना आपको. From here only you will get a unique content. So the purpose of anthropological theories is to promote cultural relativism, to end Written all the points? Okay. So you people just have to relate this. That you are going to get a marks for your interconnectedness. Okay. If you have written here ancient history, right? You are referring to Treaty of Tordesillas, then you are just explaining it. Okay. The problem is why, we are having so much of hatred, racism, and so on. So anthropological theories is like actually telling you that, you know, you will find cultural universal. Like every one of us are having same origin of culture, same origin. However, in the process of evolution, we do have cultural diversity. Now we are doing different things differently. Okay, same origin, and then here we are doing different things differently. Okay, these are the parts. Diversity. So I can have different God, you can have different God, but this is how we need to know. Okay. Now, the way we have understood biological evolution, we do have to understand classical evolutionism or your first theory. Okay. Now, first of all, we will see what is evolutionism. Evolutionism in anthropology definitely got inspired by the writing of some thinkers like I would say Herbert Spencer. Okay, and then there are a lot many thinkers. A lot many. You can just quote some of them. Okay, write down all these points. Not exactly, but yes, Edward Bernard Taylor is part of your thinker. अभी आप सिर्फ evolution समझो. अभी I'm just explaining evolution. अभी I'm not explaining thinkers related to classical evolutionists. When I will explain, I will make you right. Okay. First of all, you need to have a deeper understanding of cultural evolution. Until unless we are not having deeper understanding, conceptual understanding, we are going to regret then later on. Okay. I can give you in writing. You will have 100% conceptual clarity from my classes. Okay. You will see that every term is there in your notebook. All you have to revise. Okay. Now, first of all, we understand what is evolutionism. Okay. Keep writing with me. How you are defining evolution. Evolution, write down, is the heritable, you can say, is a change. First of all, just write down change. Evolution is the change, write down, in the heritable features. Okay, for example, from one generation to the next generation, this is my first generation, okay? Now in the second generation, like not the immediate generations, okay? But still, okay, like there's a 5 to 6 generations. By 5 to 6 generation, I am going to carry my old traits, but also I have got one more trait. Okay, so there's a changes. Now after several years, modification will happen. I am getting some traits. Now this become more smaller, like modification hota rahega. So I may, like, it's gone. For example, tail, biologically, we have got the tails gone. Now, in fact, you would see, if I talk about cultural evolution, now in most of the, even in the tribal societies, we are not having the concept of incest taboo. Okay, we do have in some tribes, but still we don't have, right? Still, it's forbidden. That is moved, changes. And now I have got some more traits, some more modifications. So the crux of, for example, the Darwin theory ka evolution, over the period of time, we are moving and removing, you can say, or eliminating the inferior traits. And we are evolving. We are becoming more and more better, which is actually promoting coexistence. Please write down this. So earlier also we did have mechanism of religion, if I'll explain this from cultural example. So, you see that how we have evolved from the concept of animism, now religion, and then also secularism. So we are evolving for coexistence. Okay? But in culture, we cannot just simply say that it is not at all present. So the difference between biological diversities or biological evolution and cultural evolution, nowhere in the world you will find Australopithecines anymore. They have extinct. So biological evolution, it's been that extinct. But today, even today, in some of the tribal societies, you will find the concept of animism. So culture is more complex than biological complexities. Gathering data is more difficult. Proving your points is more difficult to social scientists than to a biology. Okay? Now, when I said that better would survive, okay? When I said this point, would survive. It happened in both, okay? In bio also, in socio-cultural also, okay? So today we have got humans. Now in the cultural traits also, if we are having, cultural traits even today, so they were the stronger, okay? Now, when we do have biological Darwinism, we do have biological Darwinism, right? We also have social Darwinism. Social Darwinism is a concept given to us by Herbert Spencer. In fact, even before Charles Darwin has given the theory of survival of the fittest, Herbert Spencer also has given the same. He argues that in the society, only those can survive, only those individuals can survive which will be fitter to survive. Okay, so he has written various books, Herbert Spencer. You can write some of them. Principles of Biology, Herbert Spencer. I'm writing about Herbert Spencer. Okay, book's name. Here, his books. Principles of Biology. Okay, so he was a biologist and then he has applied his theory to understand society. Write down Principles of Biology. Was there August Comte has also done. The study of sociology is a very beautiful work of Spencer. I have personally read in depth. Write down Principles of Psychology. Very good book. डार्क साइकोलॉजी समझ जाओगे आप लोगों की. ओके बट बहुत एकेडमिक, डिफिकल्ट, लॉट ऑफ इंटरप्रिटेशन, लॉट ऑफ ओरिजिनल्स, बहुत दिमाग लगता है. अब वो टाइम नहीं रहा. बट स्टिल प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ साइकोलॉजी. ओके, these books we have written. Okay. Now, please understand, Herbert Spencer is explaining the evolution in terms of increasing of population density. ठीक है? देखो, क्योंकि it is you will not get all this whatever I'm explaining. Yeah, you will get from my PPTs, but PPTs maybe na, it is not in a chronological manner. Like, you know, I am to making you write notes so that you open your notes. जब आप थोड़े सीरियस हो जाओगे, अभी तो बहुत प्रेशर होता है क्लासेस का. Your result will only come after self study. Okay. And I do not know what to say, but I've got a question in my head, right? So a few days back, somebody asked me that if one of my students, like, no, for my students who had written mains, okay, I just want to know what is my students' opinion on this. Okay, so I have just got a question, like some of my colleagues were saying that, ma'am, what is your contribution if your students are writing mains? They are writing mains because they have cleared prelims. And all I was thinking, okay, what is my contribution? Okay, because you know, you need to retrospect. If somebody has said something, if that person means to you, you need to understand that, you know, because that is coming from your core circle, your inner circle. If it is coming from your inner circle, you need to think. So all I want to know, what do you think? If you people are going to crack this exam, it is what will be my contribution? You tell me, everyone, online students. Definitely, the contribution which he said is fine. It is you people have clear your prelims, right? But I believe that I'm not craving for the results. I do not want filthy money in my life. So what I want then in the end with my profession, you know, if the motive was to earn money, I can earn money. I can, you know, do a lot many things. So what will be my contribution? So my contribution will be, if a question will come to you and survival of the fittest, आपको मेरी क्लास का एक दो पॉइंट भी याद आ जाए और वो आपको लगे हाँ हुआ मैम ने ये बताया था, ये समझाया था, और you could have write it so well. और धीरे से पढ़ने के बाद either answer सोचो whatsoever, you feel that you have learned something and you don't feel that you have cheated. My contribution is done. This is my contribution. So I may will not going to cry or will not come to this trap. I will do my 100%. This is what I'm thinking. And I think this is only a teacher or coaching or anyone can claim. Isn't it? How many of you agree on this? Yeah? So this is what you people have to understand. You may not get everything. You may not get this thing even in your notes like the way it is. So once you open your notes and you will see that, okay, I've explained this, I've explained this, you will be able to write it down something. That is the role of a faculty. I cannot take credit of your results. No. Just a moment. I cannot take credit like that. It is up to the students. अगर स्टूडेंट्स को लगेगा कि मैंने कंट्रीब्यूट किया है, वो बोलेंगे. उनको लगता है नहीं किया है, वो नहीं बोलेंगे. That's it. And I do not want this. All I want कि जब भी आप कुछ चीज पढ़ो तो conceptual clarity in depth हो. Because for me, it is not at all about the fact कि मुझे आपको कुछ सिलेबस कवर अप कराना है. मेरे लिए ये कि अगर ये बच्चे मेंस तक पहुंचते हैं, लिखते हैं, तो इनको ज्यादा से ज्यादा मार्क्स मिले. ओके, ये कहीं ना कहीं हम लोग सारे ही मिडिल क्लास, लोअर मिडिल क्लास लोग हैं, स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं. हमको एक अपनी आइडेंटिटी बनानी है और उस जर्नी में अगर मैं कुछ भी थोड़ा सा भी कंट्रीब्यूट करूं, यही मेरा रिजल्ट है. बट इफ समबडी वुड आस्क मी व्हाट यू हैव डन, what is your contribution in terms of materialistic things, then I will give you back my results. Then I will tell you, talk to my students who have written mails. They're still paying me or paying your, like, anyone. I'll call them, they will be there with me. They will give me immense respect. That is what my contribution is. तो अगर आप मुझसे material condition में बात करोगे तो मैं भी आपसे material condition में बात करूंगी. Right? It is as simple as this. Yeah? So that's what I just want to tell. This just came into my head, right? So you may not get again Herbert Spencer wala part in your population का density, but वो पढ़ना तो है. You never know, UPSC पूछ ले आपसे Herbert Spencer. So in your theory it is written only Bernard Taylor or these things जो हम discuss करेंगे. But I know that Herbert Spencer is the one who has even coined the term evolution. Survival of the fittest, all credit goes to, popularity comes to Darwin. But it is Herbert Spencer because he was a private scholar, ना? तो उनको funding मिलती थी, वो अपना best काम करते थे. Okay, and Charles Darwin was writing for state, for the people. Okay, and then there is lot of theories. वो हमको इतना deep नहीं जाना. तो मैं एक Herbert Spencer का आपको एक सर्वाइवल ऑफ द फिटेस्ट का एक फ्लो चार्ट बनवा रही हूँ, वो बनाएंगे आप लोग. ओके, प्लीज मेक दिस. इट इज गोइंग टू हेल्प यू फॉर योर जीएस पार्ट एज वेल. ओके, कभी भी ये क्वेश्चन आ सकता है, तो आप इसको अप्लाई कर सकते हो इन योर थ्योरी. Write down stage 1. Simple societies, mainly headless and without a regulatory center. Simple society. It is like IBC, right? Then we have moved to stage 2. This is what Spencer have explained. You may not find in my PPT. See, what is PPTs? PPTs is like, कि जिन बच्चों को लास्ट में नोट्स भी नहीं बनाने हैं, आंसर राइटिंग भी नहीं करनी है, कंटेंट में, वो मैंने I have just collected and I've just given you the PPTs. Okay? But you need to focus on the classes. Because class में जब टीचर पढ़ा रहे हैं वो अपने फ्लो में है, उसको ये भी याद आएगा, ये भी याद आएगा, ये भी याद आएगा, अगर वो नकली टीचर नहीं है. ओके, तो सब कुछ याद आएगा. हाँ, उसको मुझे अपने जेएनयू की लाइफ याद आ रही होती है, लाइब्रेरी वाली, कि मैंने वो पढ़ा था, वो पढ़ा था, वो पढ़ा था. ओके, तो अब मैं उसको जब यूपीएससी के क्वेश्चन देखती हूँ, ओके, तो मुझे लगता है कि ये हम रिलेट कर सकते हैं. बट डेफिनेटली आई एम अ वेरी ओल्ड वुमन, आई एम अ ओल्डर पर्सन. मैंने इतनी पढ़ाई करी है, मेरा प्रोफेशन है. आपको बस ये सीखना है मेरे से जल्दी से. Okay, so stage 1, stage 2, कंपाउंड सोसाइटीज. कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी कैसे क्रिएट हुई? जैसे ही मैंने आपको अभी बताया ना, now you say ma'am you don't look like, but लगती नहीं हो तो क्या हूँ तो, राइट. कंपाउंड सोसाइटी, कंपाउंड सोसाइटी में मतलब क्या हुआ? जो ये आपकी सिंपल सोसाइटी में रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन थे, अब ये थोड़े से कंपाउंड हो गए. ओके, हाँ, प्लीज राइट डाउन साइड में. because of mainly because of agricultural development and mainly because of division of labor. तो साइड में कहीं लिख सकते हो आप एग्रीकल्चर एंड डिवीजन ऑफ लेबर. Established compound society. So we are moving like this. मतलब मैं बताऊंगी कि यहाँ पे मैंने ये क्यों बनाया है. दिस इज एक्चुअली न्यू एवोल्यूशन थ्योरी का, बट अभी नहीं, आई एक्सप्लेन इट लेटर ऑन. Okay, so the part here is we do have to apply anthropological, sociological understanding to understand how the culture has become from simple to complex. लिखो, जैसे हम बायोलॉजिकली में प्रोकैरियोटिक से यूकैरियोटिक बने ना, व्हाट इज यूकैरियोटिक? मल्टीसेल्यूलर. ओके, जैसे हम बायोलॉजी में प्रोकैरियोटिक से यूकैरियोटिक बने, वैसे ही हम समाज में भी सिंपल से कॉम्प्लेक्स बन गए. आज की दुनिया बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स है, सब कुछ कॉम्प्लेक्स है, एवरीथिंग इज कॉम्प्लेक्स. Guys, I just have to call somebody for water. Just a moment. Frustrated हो गई, my system changing. Did it? Okay. Now you people have to just write down one part and then I will explain. Please write down. Evolutionism. ये लिख दिया था आपने, simplicity to complexity. Okay, this is what through the concept of evolutionism we are understanding that how society or culture become complex. Okay, side में लिख लो. Now I am coming to the theory. I have given the basic information. I have set your stage. Now I am reflecting on theories. So you people can write down concept of evolutionism.
Ma'am, what is the name of this flowchart?
This This is just an explanation of Herbert Spencer's theory that how society is evolving. So he thinks that how we have become simplicity to complexity.
Okay.
So simplicity to complexity as per Herbert Spencer. You can just give this heading. Okay, mate?
Yes, ma'am.
Right on. Evolutionism is a set of ideas or doctrine, concept of evolution. It is a sequential. It is a sequential. It is a sequential, comma, directional, 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 and gradual occurring process. OCCURRING, occurring process. Next point. It is a process of systematic change. It is a process of systematic change in cultural and social anthropology. The gradual, comma, structural change of human culture. The gradual, comma, structural change of human culture is subject of study by evolutionists. तो यहाँ पे ये जो हम what we are reading, we need to here read unilinear evolution. Okay, so make a graph. So in one direction evolution is happening. Okay, so all classical evolutionists is arguing that society has moved from one stage. Okay, that is savage. Then there is another stage. Okay, that is barbaric. Then you have another stage, civilization. We are moving from simpler to complex. We are moving from simplicity to complex stage. So this is the direction, unilinear direction. So how we are progressing savagery to barbaric to civilized. So earlier society was savage in nature. Okay, although Strauss has a very problem with this statement. Who are you to decide that the tribals who are living in today's time, they are savage and you people are civilized? You have so much of manipulation in your head. You are after wealth. You use people. Today's humans How they are after money like anything? You don't care about emotions. You want money. You want manipulation. You can kill people just because you want a political power. How? 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 Inhuman you yourself is, or the mainstream society people are. And they are calling primitive people as savage. This is a brilliant question asked by modern anthropologists. You don't feel emotions. You are using manipulations. You are using people. You are not human. Immanuel Kant is arguing on this. Who are we to say that tribal people, the tribals, I'm telling you because GS1 में ये question आया है, tribal integration is a skill challenge. हर साल question आएगा. कोई think tank होगा, वो academician होगा. वो academician होगा, making question papers for civil servant, that too means he would be empathetic towards the society. GS1 के part में. Now related with your GS1 part, which I am explaining right now. Tribal integration. Okay? Now the tribal people who are living in the forest, in the name of so-called development, in the name of so-called competition, you are doing deforestation because you need resources. Resources would come from forest, and that is where UPSC ने ऐसे में question पूछा था. Forest precedes civilization, it precedes desertation. I think मीत आपने लिखा था ना ये ऐसे?
मैम कौन सा वाला?
फॉरेस्ट प्रीसीड सिविलाइजेशन, जो यूपीएससी ने क्वेश्चन पूछा था, एक ऐसे था 2025 में, 2024 में. कैन यू जस्ट राइट इट डाउन? फॉरेस्ट, सर्च फॉर मी. फॉरेस्ट प्रीसीड सिविलाइजेशन, सिविलाइजेशन प्रीसीड डेजर्टिफिकेशन. आपने नहीं लिखा था?
नहीं मैम, ये नहीं लिखा था मैंने.
Okay. So there was an essay on this theme. Okay, you will see to it. So bringing back to my question, how can you are calling tribal people as uncivilized? They are happy people. They are living in their, yeah, please look for that. They are living in their forest. You are taking them, your places. You are cutting the trees. Okay, this is what LP Vidyarthi is also arguing in Sacred Nature Complexity in his work, where he has did his field study, case study on Malay tribes. Okay, so you are calling, you in the name of the development, in the name of the development, आप लोगों का घर खत्म कर रहे हो और आप ट्राइबल्स को बोल रहे हो कि वो सिविलाइज्ड नहीं है. They are, because they are not greedy like you, because they are living life on the nature, right? So this is a kind of critical engagement we can do with such theories. Yeah, what is the essay? Moment. Let me just tell you the essay. I have in my notes. Write down. So there was an essay, I think, in some year, recently, 23, 24, I believe. Forest precede civilizations and deserts follow them. This was in 2024. Okay, so see how anthropological theories can help you to like write these points. Okay, this is what you have to learn from my classes. Now, the point here is classical evolutionists are arguing that we are evolving from simplicity to complexity. And then there is an argument. This is what Spain and Portugal also did, that they wanted to civilize us. What is your problem if we are not running up, like, after material things? It's okay, I want to live my life in the nature. What is your problem? I don't feel like wearing clothes. I am protected by nature. Why are you calling me that I'm uncivilized? Now the problem is, in the world, we are taking their land, we are taking their resources, and then calling them that they are the burden. After you are taking the place from the tribals, you are not having proper rehabilitation. You are not giving them proper maintenance. So what these people would do in the survival? They would become the labor in your farmland, and then you will exploit them. Okay, so this is what we have to understand when we are going to have a discussion on this. However, let's come back to the theory. The theory is that we have become civilized, so-called civilized. By manipulating, we become civilized. By using people, we become civilized. Okay? By not understanding emotions and relations, we become civilized. This is the irony of being civilized. Yeah? This is what argument you will see when we are going to now, after anthropological theories, I am going to move to Indian philosophy. This is not I am saying, it is all the philosophers are arguing on this. क्या है ऐसा जो तुम लेके चले जाओगे और या अपने बुढ़ापे में भी यूज कर लोगे या भी यूज कर लोगे? So it is all here. Okay? But you are living in a society, you are living in a modern day world. Okay? That is what you will see in the end जब हम theories पे आएंगे. Ralph Linton की theory, Marvin Harris की theory. So you will understand that you are living in this world. You are living in a culture. Okay? या तो आपको suppress कर देंगे या आप किसी को आप suppressed हो जाओ, या you can bring a change. It totally depends on you what you want. Okay? समझ में आया इस theory में? What I have done, I have added GS1. Also, I have added essay on this. Okay, is this clear to all of you? Okay. Now, next paragraph. Unilinear cultural evolution. Okay, I have to give you a question. जल्दी से इसको लिखिए and then you people have to write a question. Unilinear cultural evolution was an important concept in the emerging field of anthropology during the 18th-19th centuries. Okay, leave it because I have to give you a question and I will give you feedback only. Daily answer writing practice will make difference. Okay, please write down a question. In 150 words, examine the concept of evolutionism in social cultural anthropology. Examine the concept of evolutionism in social cultural anthropology. You people have, I think, 10 minutes, 10 to 14 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so you people can take 10 minutes to write, and then few minutes you people have to allow me so that I can give feedback. Okay. Yeah. What we have just discussed in the class. I always give question whatsoever we have discussed.